Joe Adams, and he wants to speak to me about university and the merits of going to one. So I let Joe have the opening statement. Take it away, Joe.
Well, I believe that university is an honest activity because it costs 35k first. Then into account. That is like 3 years' wages for the average student, mate. So how do you expect to pay that off ever? I don't know. And what else? You just get, and the actual content you're learning is kind of stupid because you're getting taught stuff that's already out of date on an old syllabus that's basically not gonna be suitable for today's economy, or the economy when you graduate is not gonna be the same as the one when you started uni, and that's when the course is decided. So and the professors as well, they're all just old fucks as well. I don't think they really know much. I think half of them are dementia as well, mate. I think.
Well, we'll leave more inflammatory statements. But,
okay, I'll let you have your talk now. I'll let you have your talk.
Okay.
Throw you a phone
out. Okay. So to start off with, the £35,000. I'm thinking now. The £35,000 for the whole thing doesn't actually speak about the relation of the university's quality. That's a fault of the government policy that charges you for education. Like the quality of the stuff that you learn at university.
Whether it's government or not.
No, but that's not a fault of the university, though. That's an argument you should be having with the government and the system that charges you for university. Because originally it wasn't.
I'm saying whether a student our age should go to uni or not, and they should be taking that into account, shouldn't they?
No, but we shouldn't just say, "Oh, university is bad because we have to pay money for it." We should be aiming at the political system that charges money for it. And
we should look at the valuation, the education you get out of uni. It's just not worth it. It's going to be out of date information by the time you get it anyway.
Oh, that was going to be my second point, and that's not necessarily true. Like these content that you learn at a university course, for whatever, the science.
What about philosophy? What big content have you been learning in philosophy?
That's not what I was saying, Joe. The stuff you learn.
It be about yesterday. Animalism. Maybe explain to viewers what animalism is, mate.
Joe, you're speaking over my point, yeah? You said university was
okay, I'll let you go.
Yes, please do. The content of the courses that you're learning.
I'm glad you think it's funnier.
Science doesn't just change in like a few years, does it? The laws of physics or like neuroscience or biology, these things don't just
maybe for some nuanced subjects it's needed. If you want to be like a doctor and a lawyer, those are the only two careers where you go to uni.
That's a very naive thought process. Joe.
Okay, explain to me why. Come
on. That assumes that doctors and lawyers are the only subjects which require like advanced study. If you look at any job really that requires more than just basic labour skill, like academic knowledge, you will often need a degree of
most people don't want to get a job. Most people don't want to work for someone else. So someone telling you what to do, when to wake up, how much you're going to earn, what your holidays are. It's terrible. Working for someone else, all you like, it's just terrible. People are going to help you with that. It teaches you how to work for someone else, though.
That's not really like true. But for one, keep going. For one, that's the nature of capitalism, is to work under other people. That's always going to how it's be under that system. But secondly,
why can't you be a boss?
People want to study. Well, because that's not how it works, is it? You can't just say I want to be a boss and then do that. But even based on that, like you would still need the qualifications.
That's the wrong mentality to have. That's a self-deprecating mentality, I know.
That's a critical understanding of capitalism is that the majority of people will never become
that's a mentality that's just going to hurt you, Owen. If you don't believe that you're ever going to get something better, how are you going to do it? If you just give up and go to uni and do what the system tells you to. I think we're done here. Anyway. I think the debate's done. The debate's done. I've destroyed you. I've destroyed you. I'm coming out here in a suit, and this guy's just started giggling.
Joe,
I'm suited and booted, and this guy. And this scrub. What is coming at me?
Joe, right. You said that, going back a second, you implied that doctors and lawyers were the only professions of worth coming out of university. Which just, that's misleading, because that assumes, not only does that follow capitalist apologism by assuming that learning more and enhancing your knowledge in some subjects is worth
No, you're not. You're learning irrelevant things. You could learn as much as you want about the Kardashians, but that's not going to help you in life, is it?
Why is
I compare it to that.
Joe, why is learning about history or geography irrelevant?
I think it's the same as learning about the Kardashians, learning about something that happened thousands of years ago.
You don't think
some guys,
or geography or politics, like who are you to like determine how valuable the subject is?
Once you've made your money, you've done what you need to do. Then you can go on to your leisure and learn bullshit like that.
It's not, is it? You don't think there's any like place for the subjects I mentioned?
Yeah, there is. After you've made your money, and you've got some free time.
Well, that's the point. It's not a criticism. You're not criticizing university. You're criticizing.
For 35 grand, couldn't you just learn it on the internet for 35 grand? Couldn't you hire someone to personally teach you every bit of the course for 35 grand? I'm glad you think it's funny.
So instead of going to university, you hire someone and they'll just magic up your qualifications.
You not hire the politician you're learning about. You would hire him. You could be like, email and be like, I'll pay you 35k to teach me a life story. And he'd snap you up. He'd snap it up.
This isn't how it works, is it? Because what, like,
tell me how it works, huh?
What historian is going to accept a thesis from someone who's got a qualification from some random person? But anyway, the point is, what I'm trying to say.
Theses. I don't care about what someone else thinks of me.
Well, how are you going to be like?
You should look at it that way. You should. Learning is for the sake of learning it. And you say, don't you think that learning should be a reward in itself? You shouldn't do it for someone else.
Well, in a capitalist society, you have to do it for money. But what I'm trying to say is, when you're saying that you need to be able to make money and then do your leisure activities, we need to criticize the economy and the system that promotes money over like learning and resources and stuff. And that's capitalism.
Yeah, and uni is an integral part of the system, which traps young people in this to work for someone else.
No, but it's not the university, Joe. It's capitalism. It's the capitalist system, Joe. The university itself isn't about that. And in fact, on many of the politics courses and philosophy and stuff that you will like potentially do, like you'll be taught how to criticize capitalism. Like you won't be taught in school.
What were you taught earlier? What were you taught earlier about animalism? Explain to the viewers.
Viewers, Joe, what did you like answer what I said?
What's that funny? I'm glad you think it's funny.
Because you're pulling up random
these guys are taking their time. What this? And we're just bullshitting.
Maybe you are, Joe, but if you're not actually answering any of my points, why should university take the blame for the problems that a capitalist society causes?
Why does capitalist society cause these problems?
Well, because university shouldn't cost money. Yeah, you shouldn't have to pay your way into education because that systematically benefits those of a higher like economic standing.
So why are you doing it?
But that's not a fault of the university, is it? That's capitalism.
Well, shouldn't you have to pay?
You
Pay for other people to do stuff for you. You know.
Society should fund programs for betterment of society, and education is a crucial part of society.
And uni
exactly.
is irrelevant. Is irrelevant.
How is it irrelevant, Joe? All the like things that you have in your life, like whether it's healthcare, transportation, like entertainment, study, politics, all the things that affect you.
Yeah, and none of these guys went to uni.
Yes,
or learn the stuff they needed at uni. Look at the top 10 richest people, and only about 5 of them went to uni, and the rest dropped out of uni.
That's not really a good measure. Of,
those are the top 10 people who've made the most, who've given the most to society, and none of them got anything out of uni.
So your argument for not going to uni
is uni going to help me?
Joe, right? Yet again, that is capitalism that made those people rich. Because your arguments are awful. You're not even relating it to what I've said at all. 10 people are rich, therefore I should not go to uni. Joe, think about it.
The 10 richest people who have done the most success, who have done even the most for society, who in every way have won. Didn't get anything out of it.
You think that the 10 richest people in society have given the most to society? Are you sure?
Yeah.
So what? Some billionaire who like doesn't pay any tax because all their like companies are registered in like a tax haven, but they're contributing to society. But we're getting off topic.
Get the most money to charity.
Well, not only is charity a like poor substitute for authority.
I agree.
Well, you know who's doing that.
I agree. So you're diverting me.
Am I, Joe?
You know you've lost the debate. So you're talking about capitalism suddenly. You're talking about the positives and negatives of capitalism.
The criticisms that you're leveling at university are caused by
university profitable or not.
It is, and it's not something that shows that university is bad. But if you let me come on to what I'm trying to say, Joe, if you let me come on to what I'm saying, you're saying that the 10 richest people didn't go to university or whatever. Like, not only is that 10 out of what billions worldwide, the majority
and those
of people
are the 10 most successful.
But you're buying into the capitalist way of thinking, which is that the most money you have is a measure of how successful you are. Like, you could argue.
Maybe, who do you think is successful? Who do you think is successful?
Oh, how do you measure success? It's subjective to whoever you are, but you can certainly see that people who are more viable to society, the people who contribute most to society.
I'm sure he's very successful. But he didn't go to uni, did he?
Wait, what? Who did you say?
Ronaldo.
That's not right. Forget that. The people who contribute most to society, who perhaps lots of people agree are very important,
he hates
doctors.
He hates Ronaldo.
Just you saying I am relating the topic, but the people who contribute most to society, they've always gone to university. People who've advanced technology, the people who've worked in specialized fields, they've benefited from having
the iPhone.
No, but the people who worked on like technological improvements, people who helped design the improvements in any sector, really, they've used their advanced studies at university to better society.
Henry Ford goes to uni. Henry Ford, the guy who basically invented the car.
Well, no, he owned factories.
He revolutionised our transport system. Did he go to uni?
He didn't. He improved the production.
It was a waste of money. He knew it was a waste of money.
That's not Joe. Right, that's not a good measure of like whether university is a waste of money, is it? It's not. You're not listening at all. University the merits of university should be like a good thing, and they still are. Like, you look at the people who are financially sustainable in today's society, most of them will have degrees and they'll be in jobs that allow them to sustain their life because they've got degrees.
As well. These guys, they work like 10 hours a day, 7 days a week. No, it's hardly any holiday. And they make no money. They don't make enough money.
Well, again, that's a criticism of capitalism, and those people are doing better than people who don't have degrees, which suggests that university
No, not
can help them quite a lot.
not statistically.
What do you mean, not statistically?
The statistics.
Oh.
In a Western society, they're about equal.
That's not really
before you start debating me. You need to know your stuff.
Right, okay.
You scrub. What's so funny?
Anyway, Joe, we're moving past the idea that money is the only merit of success. Look at other fields like betterment of culture, like understanding humanity and people and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So you're talking about culture. You're talking about cultural figures, yeah? Yeah. We can go about cultural figures.
No, but like, look at people.
Famous singer, Drake.
That's not.
He's big at the moment, isn't
he? Joe,
he can go to uni.
That's not what I meant at all. Look at like the arts, like drama, music and stuff. Look at English. Look at
Drake. He's the biggest. He's the biggest of all of these.
He's one person, Joe.
There's most big time people who look at. I'll Google the top 10 artists right now. And I bet
Joe,
90% of them didn't go to you.
Joe, you can't just measure like success.
How much you
by Are you even listening at all?
I'm glad you the viewers at home are listening and you're just having a laugh in the middle of the conversation.
Right,
disgusting.
Joe, do you think that advancing your study in a subject which you have passion for, that should be something that you should reward in society? Like, we should be
and university is not the best way to do that in most cases. Exactly.
University is the best way to do it. That university is the best way to do it, or it should be
not the best way. University is not the best way to do it.
But it is for some people. Like, it's a good thing. Like, it helps you advance your knowledge through higher education, and if you want to specialize in a subject, you should be able to. I don't see the problem with that.
It's just a worse decision.
How is it? It's no problem. It's just a worse decision.
You get knowledge for cheaper. And spend less time.
But well, again, that cheaper thing. That's not a criticism of the university itself. That's a criticism of the system which charges money for university. You need to distinguish between the two.
Yeah, but we're asking: is it a good idea to go to uni? Isn't that the question of debate?
Well, the merits of university as a whole, but you can't criticize universities simply because the right-wing political discourse determines that.
What?
No, but that's because of political interference. That's not because of the university.
That's because nobody's subsidising them. Yeah. Yes.
So then that's the point, isn't it?
Because they're not profitable.
It's not because they're not.
I think.
You think what?
Businesses should run unis. I think they should run unis and teach kids what they need to learn to advance the business.
That's not but that's not that again. That plays it into the hands of profit. That again prohibits education and learning based on what's marketably viable. Do you not think there's an inherent flaw in allowing corporations and allowing money to dictate education, and thus prohibiting and limiting the advancement of education to those who are less economically viable?
I don't think it's prohibiting it. I don't think it's preventing people from achieving. How is that preventing people from achieving?
You don't think that charging money for something at a fixed rate is going to
no, I think if corporations took over to the unis, they'd be teaching kids what they need to know to succeed in those corporations.
But, well, again, that's not the university then, is it? Because you have to learn what the corporation tells you. That's like a business training school. That's not. A university has many courses, doesn't it? It's not just how to advance your career in McDonald's. Yeah. What? Sorry.
How does studying art at uni help society?
Well, if you specialise,
why should the government be paying for that?
Well, because the government, society should fund education because it's something that improves society. Having more knowledge is a good thing.
if they wanted to do a course on how to follow Kim Kardashian.
Joe, that's a terrible argument. Like, Kim Kardashian is one person.
Okay.
And there's no
You say
subject. Because
if they wanted to learn about the most important thing, would you feel comfortable subsidizing that?
You're saying pointless because like that's your subjective view, but then also like that's often like people say, oh, these subjects are pointless, but that's only because the society we live in is deemed then economically less viable. Like that doesn't mean the subject is less worthy. Like that's only because again the society we live in has dictated that these subjects are less valuable because they make less money, which is a poor way of thinking, and that's one we should move beyond. That's not the criticism of university. That's criticism of capitalism.
So why should other people pay for them to do these subjects?
Because again, having more knowledge in society improves society, and again, we should be critical of a system that limits the potential of people who are less economically viable and have other areas of knowledge. And
they should be learning practical things to get them up in society.
No, but getting it up in society, again, that's a society run by capitalism. You're missing the point that the society we have is inherently unfair and like limits the betterment of knowledge like in areas that it deems economically unviable. Like I don't see how having less.
Okay, but in this current society.
No, but you can't criticize the university like whilst ignoring the inherent failings of the society we live in. It's like
I agree. There are problems with the society we live in, but I don't know. I'm not a genius. I don't have a solution to everything. But in this current, I only know what's happening in this current society. In the society we live in, I don't know what's going to happen in some magical socialist society.
No, but you can't criticize university whilst ignoring the problems with that capitalism has created for it. It's like to use a comparison, the NHS is struggling at the moment, but you can't say, oh, well, this is the fault of socialised healthcare. It's the fault of the government imposing austerity and financial cuts to the NHS and thus creating the problems in the first place. It's the same thing with university. Like the cuts to education and the systemic failings of the
I don't think university should be free. I'm just to put that out there. I think that's a better topic because I don't think I should be funding someone to draw stuff all their life that I don't think is interesting. I don't think someone drawing a cat all day is going to affect me.
Well, that's a limiting understanding of one subject at university, but I don't see why.
I don't think you learning about animalism is going to affect me either. It's going to benefit me either.
Well, one subtopic in like philosophy, which is speciesism, by the way, not animalism. But one subtopic is I don't see why you should limit people's education and knowledge in a like specialized field. Like you don't better society having less knowledge.
If they want to pay for it, they can.
But lots of people can't pay for it, and you again create an unfair system where economic advantage.
Once they've given value to society, then they can do their leisure.
Value in society has been dictated by the capitalist economy. We're going round in circles. Like I said, having more knowledge in any subject is not a bad thing. Like we shouldn't accept that art and English and stuff are rubbish subjects because there's no money to be made out of it. That's not a good argument because that ignores that the economy we live in has rendered many subjects pointless.
But it doesn't give anything to society. It isn't. How does someone studying art
give anything to the economy? You don't think there's like a benefit to be had of understanding the history of art or like moving forward of art? You don't think like art plays a massive part in media and entertainment? Like you don't think studying
not the art you study at uni.
The art you study at uni, what one particular type of art? There's many different like periods of art, and there's many different forms of art. Art is such a vague word; it can cover like many things. Like there's no set like condition for art to exist in. So to say, oh, it's pointless studying it is like potential.
Yeah, because the people don't like it. It's the people that don't like it. That's not.
The people don't like it. What do you? For one thing, right? That's not the popularity of a
If
subject.
it makes more money, more people like it. Yeah.
That's not how it works.
That's
though,
how
is
a
it?
capitalist society works. You
But
see,
it's not because
more people enjoy
don't
football, so they
have
get
money.
paid more.
Sorry.
More people like watching football rather than us. That's why.
That's another ridiculous argument.
That's why football
Because
is more
again, that you're ignoring the factors that make football a more economically industrious form than art. Inflation has taken place in the sports industry, like accumulation of wealth, and even like so, the more funding goes towards sport than it does to art. And again, you're measuring it based on capitalist societies. You also forget that people don't have a lot of money, and thus things they might want to enjoy have been rendered economically unviable, so they have to avoid like talking about it. It's silly again.
Like what?
To base. What do you mean? Like what?
You said that they couldn't afford things, so that they couldn't afford, so they deliberately take disinterest.
In a capitalist society, yeah, you have to pay for many things like energy, food, housing, like taxes. Obviously you pay taxes anyways, but like those things take priority over your leisure. And especially when you're working for significant parts of the day, as you said earlier, you're going to have less money to spend on things. So you may well really enjoy reading and literature and art, but you're not going to have the money to sustain a persistent hobby or enjoyment in that. So you have to make sacrifices. That's the nature of capitalism. The majority of people don't really have the leisure time to enjoy their hobbies. And again, it's ignorant. Exactly. So it's ignorant to say, oh, well, art's not popular, so why should we fund it? Like lots of subjects.
Why is that ignorant?
Because you ignore the factors in society which render some subjects less viable.
People are putting money on it. So why should we fund it?
Well, again, that's not that people aren't putting money on it. It's that the economy refuses to like fund these roles. It's less like jobs because it's less profitable, supposedly. So it's unfairly slanted by the economy and the media, and thus it has the perception that it's not a viable degree option. Like, and it's not like we focus on art exclusively, but like lots of even like worthwhile degrees, like or worthwhile.
I agree.
Like physics and stuff are prohibited by the economy because if there's not enough jobs because of the nature of capitalism, where people are like put as a like people are considered less valuable than profit, so jobs will never be sustained. So the university shouldn't have to, and the subjects they have there shouldn't have to take flack for the failings of the economic system we use. And that's what I'm saying. All your criticisms of the university seem to be centered around they don't make money, when you ignore that the system we live in has created that. And you also ignore the
entertainment value you get from university is not worth the amount of resources people have to pull in. To make it sustainable.
The entertainment value.
Yeah. What you learn from. I think that's what you're talking about. The enjoyment that people get out of learning subjects is what you're talking about, yeah?
Well, enjoyment and enrichment and stuff, yeah, sort of.
Yeah, and that is not worth the amount of resources we put into keep it sustainable.
Well, how do you measure your worth? What are you measuring worth in?
I measure on Yeah, you're right.
Exactly. So we like can see that the system we're using is one that's inherently like flawed and prohibits the improvement of certain sectors, and again limits the value of certain people based on their economic standing. Then that's not a flaw of the university. That's a flaw of the economy and capitalism as a whole. So the criticisms you level at university are rendered mute because you have to raise above another level, and then let's go to capitalism.
Okay. Done. Yeah.
Done. You have nothing more to say.
Nice debating you, Aaron. Well played. Let's go.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming on, Joe. He's gone. Oh my god. Well, I'm glad I convinced Joe somewhat. Thank you for watching.